Hey, hey, what's going on, y'all? It's your guy Elijah I.
And this is Jen Coronado.
Hey, guys. Really excited to lock in with everyone here, my Fire Damage Profit family, and everyone who's watching on the replays. Want to just always give value. Today, we're talking about something very dear to my heart. Top three secrets to close more fire damage deals, right, Jenny?
Yes, it's been a while since we've been on here, and so we just wanted to, share some of the strategies and techniques that we have done that we use to close fire damage deals. This is a very untapped niche. For those of you who've never heard of it before or are wondering how do we get into this niche, we're going to share with you some real key strategies. So make sure you stay live. If you can't stay live, make sure you guys catch the replay.
Catch the replay. This is going to be something very valuable. And remember, there's a lot of different niches to go after. This is one of the most untapped niches in all of real estate. This is like literally the last strip of land that's untapped that you can go after. All right. And so we're super excited. We're very passionate about this niche. We're very passionate about sharing other investors, allowing them to see how they can be able to go after deals that other people are passing on. So, with that being said, you ready to get into it, Johnny? Can we get into it?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Yes, yes. So if everybody's ready to get into this, let me go ahead and press throw one in the chat box, so that we know that you guys are locked in. You're ready to go. If you're feeling the vibes, we're at it. So throw those ones in there for us as we get the ball rolling. And you know what? This is so perfect. Let's get this party started. All right. So these are the top three secrets to close fire damage deals in 2021. All right. So first and foremost, let's talk about what's happening here. All right. So what happens is most investors pass on fire damage deal, Jenny. I mean, you heard them. You talk to people. We're driving by them. Oh, like, hey, there's a fire damage deal. Like, no, leave that fire damage deal. It's not worth it. It's out of our model. We don't even know what to say to these people. A lot of times, other investors will pass on these because they don't know the right approach to talk to these people.
Yeah.
What have you seen invest? Why do you think most investors pass on these, Jenny?
I mean, from working with our students who are coming across these deals all the time, we have to understand what's going on in these fire damage properties, right? A lot of investors are afraid to flip these. So a lot of the newbie investors that are flipping deals are staying away from them. A lot of the wholesalers are staying away from them. And then you have the issues with the insurance. A lot of people don't understand how to approach a seller, what's going on with the insurance. I don't even know what to say. And so what happens is these sellers go many times with no one really giving them an offer. They'll get paid out of their insurance if they have insurance, and they'll let the property sit for a while. And so that's one of the reasons why these deals are sitting, and it's just a very untapped market. And so our students, they're reaching out to them. A lot of the times they're finding them driving for dollars because the addresses aren't being updated. So no one can actually just give trades. They can't just pull a list of a fire damage leads. You have to really take a manual approach to finding these deals. So if you're getting started, if you're looking for deals and you think that there isn't any in your market, you think that it's too saturated. Our students are in all markets from New York, San Francisco, Riverside, California. One of our students just is locking up one today, where he's going to be, potentially making $15,000 on a deal that, again, no one else in Riverside, California was going after. So yes.
Yeah, that's crazy, and you hit on the head, Jenny. I think, like I said, this is so many people overlook these because it's not your typical deal. I don't know how to analyze repairs. I don't know the approach to these. It's out of my wheelhouse. They're oblivious about the insurance. They have no idea they can make up to 3 checks on one deal, so they're passing on them. We've seen properties sit for 2-3 years in competitive markets: California, Arizona, DC, New York. These deals are just sitting there. And I just got off a call and talked with the investor, and he's been driving by the same fire damage house for almost 2 years in Seattle, a hot market, Nobody in Seattle wants to buy it, and nobody making an offer on these. So if they keep passing on them, it's your chance to start going after them. All right, because what me and Jennifer figured out almost 6 years ago now, that this is a little hidden fishing pond that we have all to ourselves. Nobody's really going after these, and so it's just a matter of time before it gets oversaturated like everything else. All right, but right now it's a blue ocean. And these are for early adapters. We're out here preaching the fire damage gospel, and still, oh no, maybe 2.5%, 3% of the market is even focused on these. So if you're tired of chasing all the same deals, if you're tired of pulling a million lists, selling a million RVMs, and hopefully that you get that one needle in the haystack, if you're tired of guessing if I'm going to have a deal at the end of the month, maybe this is something for you. And if it is something for you, make sure you guys all join Fire Damage Profits, our free Facebook group. We give a lot of knowledge, a lot of information. Want to always add value to everybody, anyone we go to. Me and Jennifer's rule of thumb is to leave people in a better position where we met them. And that is exactly what we're doing today. That's why we're going to give you 3 top secrets to how you can start closing more deals. All right. Is it cool if we get into this, Jenny? Can we get into it?
Get your notes ready, you guys.
Notes up. All right. So if you guys are ready to get started, I want to see this on the replays. Before I get started, type in there AYE. Let me get an A. Throw your boys some A's. All right. Throw your boys AYEs. Let me see those. I want to see those in the chat box. Let's go. All right. So first tip, first secret here, first top secret right now. All right. If we're going and closing more fire damage deals, secrets. So how you can start closing more deals is to make sure that you aren't just operating like every other generic wholesaler in the game. I think there's like we said it many times before, I personally believe there's more wholesalers now in America than there are rappers. Right? This is the 2021 rapper, right? So there's a lot of competition. There's a lot of people you're going against. And so with the first technique, the first tip we recommend you do, the first secret, all right, is become the go-to relationship in your market. What do I mean when they say that, all right? What do I mean, Jenny? What I mean by that is that when you're telling other investors what you do, you have to start letting them know, I buy fire damage properties. This is something I do. They say, really? I had a property that caught on fire. Really? I drove past a property that caught on fire. Or I saw a lot that the property was scraped, and nobody touched this for 2 years. Now you let them know, hey, bring all your deals to me. Any fire damage deals you come across, I want you to send those to me. Okay? Then you want to, like I said, you want to start creating this omnipresence. When I'm saying that, you want to make sure everybody knows what you do, that you're a fire damage specialist. All right? Yes, you're a real estate investor. Yes, you happen to do wholesaling as a strategy, but you are one of the only few fire damage specialists in the country. And so change that on your social media. So change that on. So change on your social media. So change it on your handle that you're a fire damage specialist. Post in groups on fire damage. In fire damage groups. Post in regular wholesale groups. Post on LinkedIn. And then what you also want to do, you also want to go on Craigslist. Post on, hey, we buy fire damage properties. I bought one fire damage deal for $5,000 before. Off of Craigslist, somebody called me, all right, because they can't call nobody else. Restoration companies, they restore the properties. They're not trying to buy them. Board up companies, they're boarding up the properties. They're not trying to buy them. So there's only so many people who are going after these deals. It's super imperative that you become the go-to specialist in your area, okay? Go-to specialist in your area.
So for those of you that are listening, you're like, okay, so I know I want to become the go-to relationship in my market. How does that work? What do I do? Some of you might be thinking, everyone knows Elijah and I that we do fire damage. We get that a lot, actually, from some of the students that come in. They'll think, well, if you guys are already in this market, this is not the mindset we want to get into. There is over 364,000 structures. Absolutely. There's over 50,000 of them are just electrical fires. Most, again, and I'm talking about structures, not fires, right? We know about wildfires. We're not talking about those. We know investors who've gotten multiple houses caught on fire, right? You guys can look through the Facebook group. So these are happening in your market. The problem is that there aren't ways for these sellers to get a hold of you. And many times, other investors in your market are finding them when they're driving for dollars. They might have stumbled across it in a list that they called, whether they had tax liens, city violations, right? These are some other pain points that show up. So they might be already in your niche leads. They already are, definitely people in your area are driving them. People are reaching out to us all the time, letting us know about these deals. Now, how can you position yourself? How can you position yourself so that more investors are reaching out to you and sending you these deals? Can you break that down, Elijah?
Yeah, and so what's happening, the fires are already happening. All right, you guys see global warming. There's more fires that are happening with or without you. It's already going to happen. So the fires already happened. The only problem is no one knows to call you about them. Because I started saying 5 years ago, I'm the fire damage king, and me and Jenny put fire damage profits out there. Now, yes, a lot of people send them to us. Yes, that's a fact. However, there's a whole 364,000 of them. We're not getting all of those. You're not looking to corner the market. You're just looking to get your slice of the pie. And the way you get your slice of the pie is start putting it out there. You can't control how many fish you catch, but you can control how many fish hooks you put out. So those type of fish hooks are, hey guys, here's an email to everybody in your database. Hey guys, if you come across any fire damage deals, please send them to me. I'm looking to buy these. I'm the #1 fire damage specialist in this area. Please keep me in mind for those. Mm-hmm. Do that on your Facebook. Do that on your Instagrams. Do that on your LinkedIn. Do posting on Craigslist every day. You buy fire damage properties. By you putting out these hooks consistently, the compound effect will happen for you, and then boom. Oh, look, that's perfect. Boom, you can start getting opportunities, deals that just start coming to you. And once you make the commitment and becoming a fire damage specialist, it's kind of like the red car theory. Right when you say, I want to buy a red car, boom, it starts popping up everywhere. Same thing with you say, once you make the commitment, I'm going to go after fire damage deals. Watch what starts popping up with you. Watch when you start noticing all these little vacant lots. If you see a house, a vacant lot house, guess what? They don't build subdivisions like that. I mean, the house was probably caught on fire. I mean, the house, the homeowner's probably scraped it. It's been sitting there for years. And that's why you want to be able to go after these. So that's the very first secret that I'm giving you for free 99, all right? To get after these deals, become the go-to relationship in your market, hands down, one of the best ways of doing it, okay? Number two, let's get into number 2 here, all right? You want to use the 3 E's techniques, the 3 E techniques, all right? I'm not just saying E's techniques because my name is Elijah, all right? All right, the 3 E's techniques. And once we start applying this, obviously it's absolutely powerful for fire damage. However, you can use this technique and strategy for your wholesale side too. We literally closed an extra $30 million worth of real estate transactions by utilizing this strategy here, this technique right here. Okay, so please get notes, get your pens out, and make sure you jot these down, and then not just listen to it, not just write it down, but apply. Okay.
And I feel like sometimes people have the misconception that we've only done fire damage deals. That is not true. We do all kinds of deals. We specialize in city violations, probate, and fire damage. And so the reason why is because what we realized, instead of spending a lot of money to target all types of different lists, we just focused on some key issues, okay? Key urgency. Because what we realize is a lot of investors, they like to just call, ask if they're interested in selling, and then move on to the next lead. We live in the era where it's so easy to SMS them. It's so easy to cold call. And so when you do what's easy, then, now you're going with what everybody else is doing. And so how do they say when they go right, we go left. And by using these 3 E's technique, this is how you're able to deal with real urgency and motivated sellers. So if you're going after probate leads, if you're going after real urgency, divorce, those type of leads, you're going to want to use these techniques as well.
Hands down. And like I said, and Jenny hit on the head. Out of 750 plus deals we closed, only like 200 of those were fire damage, all right? So we have way more experience closing all types of deals. And this strategy and this technique I'm going to share with you absolutely works, but only works if you put in the work, all right? So with that being said, let's get into this, all right? So the 3 E's. So the first E is empathize. All right. You got to empathize with your seller. All right. People don't care what you know until they know how much you care. All right. So, and specifically in the fire damage world, we're asking, hey, how are you doing? Are you okay? Did you lose any important documents? Did anyone get hurt? Did you lose your birth certificate, your social security card? Okay. Do you need to see a trauma support counselor? This is the top two worst tragedy that can happen to any family members. All right. So a lot of people, they aren't ready to deal with this yet. And by us taking an empathetic approach, meeting them on where they're at, that separates us from everybody. Think about it. The average wholesaler calls them, how many square feet do you have? How many bedrooms and bathrooms? What do you think about selling? That doesn't apply here. You can't say, yeah, me and my wife were thinking about, buying a property in this neighborhood. They're like, no, you weren't. You saw the tarp on my roof and you're trying to steal my equity. Get out of here, you shark. All right. And that's what you don't want. You want to separate yourself. And the fastest way to do that is by empathizing, connecting, creating what we call human equity with them. You create that human equity with them by empathizing them, let them know you're a real person, you have a real connection, and you want to connect and meet them where they're at. By you find out what they need, find out what's going on in their world and what resources and relationships you can provide to them first, you're doing an attitude of servitude, and you're adding value first before I ask for anything in return. I know. That's not like how it usually works out here in America, right? You only get paid if I get paid if I do anything for you. If you work with the mindset of, hey, I'm going to add value first. I'm here to make a relationship and not to offer. Shift that dynamic by empathizing first. I'm telling you, you're going to see deals change in your favor. You're going to see your call window opens up, and you can see you can start building up your pipeline.
If you guys want to see, if you guys want to see an example of this, you can check out Closer Olympics. For those of you that don't know, Elijah was he was the silver winner of the Closer Olympics, which was a competition, a sales competition with some of the top closers in the country. So you guys are actually able to watch that. I'm gonna post it. I have it here. Hey,
look at baby girl holding it down for her man. Look at that young guy right there, looking all fresh. Yes.
So I was actually the one behind the scenes doing all the graphics, so that's why I have that. But so Elijah actually he really uses this approach and builds rapport while still talking about the property, still going back and making sure that he's which is the next step, is going to be to educate the seller on what's going on, because many of them don't actually know. I'm stepping into it. And when we talk about empathize, we're not telling you guys that you have to sit there for hours empathizing with them. It's just an approach. So if you are reaching out, one of the things we tell people is don't say, I'm sorry, or like those words. We teach you how to empathize, but also, but with in that perspective of like, what do they need for the property? What do they need as far as living conditions? So that allows them to feel you're there to help. You are a professional and they can trust you because you are aware of this space and what's going on. So moving on to the second one. Go ahead, Elijah.
Okay. And Queen Jenny laid it out for you guys. Second one is educate. You got to educate your client. You got to educate the seller. Okay. Like I said, my people will perish. People will perish because of the lack of knowledge. All right. And so you're going to educate them. 80% of the time, the homeowner's only getting 80% of the money, and they don't know it. They don't know they get all the insurance money. They've been paying money on their policy month after month, year after year, and so they just automatically assume, without equivocation of a doubt, that they're getting all the insurance money. It's not even iota thought that I might only be getting 80% of my money. I'm not getting all my money. So by us taking the time and educating our client, let them know, hey, 80%, you're only getting 80% of the money. There might be more insurance money that's owed to you. What happens is the homeowner, they get to keep 100% of whatever the insurance company offer them. They keep 100% of that. Okay. Then we bring our policy expert to the table We do a forensic audit of their policy and this thing called exactament that the insurance company gives the homeowner and says the exact repairs that they believe is there to justify the low payout. So we do a forensic audit of those two items, and any new money we find for them, the homeowner keeps 50% of any new money on top of keeping 100% of what they already been paid up front. And then me and our policy expert, we split the other 50%. Okay. If we don't find an extra penny, the homeowner doesn't pay us a dime for our time. So it's a no cost, no loss proposition to make sure somebody dotted their I's, crossing the T's, and making sure the homeowner gets every penny that's owed to them. By you just bring that new revelation to them, they either gonna be dumbfounded, like, what? Are you serious? Or they say, no, it's not possible. They'll never do this to me. And then once we do that forensic audit, and they see that we got more insurance money than they thought, that's where that you go from being an investor to shifting yourself to being a trusted advisor. Okay, and that's why you want to shift. And so that by educating them, bringing them into the know, making them clear what's there, that is a huge piece that you're able to do that no other investor is going to do. No other wholesaler even knows to even have this conversation about, let alone what the right proper way to propose this and walk them through this revelation for them. You know what I'm saying, Jenny?
I want to simplify it for them a little bit. Basically, these people are not getting the money they're supposed to get from the insurance company. So by you letting them know that, they're going to be more willing to work with you versus just letting them know, hey, I want to get your house for a discount. And so a lot of us are looking for this. This is a perfect opportunity for you to reach out to them and let them know, hey, did you know that you might not be getting the money that you deserve from the insurance? Even if you have no idea how to get that extra money, just giving them that information is going to separate you from the rest.
That separation is key. That separation is key. And putting yourself in a position to start fishing in your own pond, and then you're literally making yourself more visible and more valuable at the same time. And that's a game changer, guys. I want you guys to see, by you doing that, that leads you to being able to make up to 3 checks on one deal. All right, we're not going to walk through that whole strategy for this. Go ahead, Jenny.
Yeah, so you guys can watch some more of the videos in these trainings. I did put on here, some of you, if this is new to you and you're wondering how do you find these deals, we have free training on that. So all you got to do is do #GetFireDeals in the comment section, and someone from our team is gonna basically send you a link with this free training on how to find them. We give you the websites. There's some ways you can find them on in your county records. There's ways you guys can find them in Twitter feeds. So I give you guys that in the free training, #GetFireDamageDeals, so you can start reaching out to them right away. But before you get started with the next one, Elijah, I know we were, that was pretty much it. I just wanted to share that. Go ahead.
Cool. Yeah, so make sure you guys want that free training. Make sure, make sure you hit that hashtag. Jenny's going to put the hashtag in there for you guys. And you see the Get Fire Deals right there. And it's a 5
I remember. Okay, so I wanted you guys all to tag someone who you think this might be useful for. Tag them because, again, you get some of you, if you're not actively doing it, maybe you know someone else who's looking to get in the business or who's already active in the business, and they're going to really thank you if they get a deal closed. So I wanted just to make sure you guys share this with your friends or someone who you feel like this would be useful for. And the next one is empower.
So the final one is empower them. All right, you want to empower them. Once you have the empowerment, because the more options they have, the better they're going to feel. And that's what's going to be very key, is what happens is the more options somebody has, the better they feel. You have to understand 35% of homeowners think they have to rebuild the property for them to get all their insurance money. They think they have to. They don't realize they don't have to wait 9 months and get a certificate of occupancy to finally move back into your property and get your life back on. You can sell the property in 2 weeks, in a month, and get back to starting your life all over again. So that's what's so important to really understand, that these people need their options. Put it like this, right? if you are living in a hotel, if your house catch on fire, they put you in a hotel, and let's say they move you to a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom condo. Well, most of those policies, it states that they have to live in like living standards. Meaning, if I have a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom, you can't leave me in a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom property. You got to find a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom property for me. The homeowners don't know this. They just stay in a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom as long as I need to, because only 1 in 5 family members even disputes anything. Where they're living, the numbers, the amounts, nothing. Most people just take it, whatever they told. They go in timeout. They act like this is their parent. They can't say anything back to them. So that's where you come in. And you empower them with more options. You empower them with what this policy really means. You empower them, hey, there's more options for you to live. You shouldn't have me living and crammed up with 4 kids in a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom place. And by you doing that, you use those 3 E's techniques, you are literally going to separate yourself from the competition. You're going to make yourself more valuable and more visible with these sellers. And you are going to start noticing, if a fire ever happens again, guess who they're going to call? If a friend or family member ever has to deal with an insurance issue, guess who's going to call? They're going to call you, because you went from just being a generic wholesaler or just an average investor to becoming a trusted advisor by empowering them with more options. The more options they have, the better they feel. And if you are the key to that feeling, guess what happens to you? They associate that feeling with you. Okay? So those are the 3 E techniques. All right, those are 3 E techniques for you. You want to make sure you've seen those. So you empathize, you educate, and you empower. All right? So that is going to be a key for you guys to get comfortable with and for you to operate with. All right? 3 E's there. All right? So last one here, guys. This is very, very important. All right, the 3 E's are important. Separating yourself and being the go-to relationship in your market is super important. But if you don't do this last one, I'm going to end up swooping up all those deals, all right? So it's very important that you keep your deals in your market. You put yourself in a position so we can get things locked in. I got you, Victor. I'm going to hop on. I'm almost done, Vic. I got you, sir. All right, so the last one right here, all right? We call it the 3x3 rule.
Hold on. Before you share this secret, I don't even know. I mean, I think we got like a few people. We're sharing this on a YouTube and on your page. I think we got like 20-something people. Are you guys finding value? Do you guys really want this next secret? If you do,
wrap up. Huh? So should we just wrap up? They don't want the last secret? You don't think they want the last secret, Jenny?
Some more engagement in the chat box or in the comments. So if you guys do want to know the last secret, I want you guys to just do hashtag number 3, hashtag 3 if you want the last tip that Elijah is about to share.
Hashtag 3, hashtag 3. You heard Queen Jenny. Hashtag 3 if you want this. Like I said, he's like, I miss my other calls. All right, I miss my call. My guys on me here, but I told him I got to deliver for the family. Hashtag 3. Let me see hashtag 3 in those comments. There we go. We see him. We're seeing him. There we go. We see him. All right. We like it. All right, perfect. I feel better. I feel like you guys are rocking with it. I feel the vibes. The vibes are right. The vibes are right. So let's get into this, all right? This last one right here is the 3x3 rule. The 3x3 rule, all right? What happens, I see it happen a lot of times, and guys, I've been there. I know what it feels like. You make phone calls, you talk to some people. Some of you guys are organized. You can follow up. Others are not so organized, hard time following up. But what we all usually revert to doing is get more calls, more data, more leads, more, which is cool. Not knocking, guys, but that's not the only answer. Okay? The fortune's in the follow-up. You heard a lot of us saying it. This is the exact strategy so that you can start following up with a strategic purpose in mind. All right, so you want to follow up very strategic, and if you do this process and you accept and adopt this process, it's not only going to allow you to not only close more deals, but you're going to start noticing your pipeline is going to start increasing. And you have a big pipeline. Guess what's going to happen? It's only a matter of time for the profits to start kicking in. So let's get into this. All right, the 3x3 rule. All right, so that first lead, All right, you want to follow up 3 times a day. 3 times a day for that first sale. All right, for the first deal, that first day, morning, afternoon, night. Most people are going to call once. You're not going to. You're going to follow up 3 times because when they see that you're following up more than the average time, the average person follows up, they realize that, hey, you're doing something that most people don't do. Something that might be at work, it might be a bad timing. Like I said, by you pushing the envelope, you're just creating more opportunity for them to answer the phone, for them to reply back to you. All right. So that's the first thing you want to do. So you want to do call, text, call. Call, text, call. Don't do 3 texts. I know a lot of you guys out there want to do 2 million texts, don't want to pick up the phone. Listen, the text messages they're going to go away. All right, RVMs, they're going to go away. The carriers are already up on them, so don't get addicted to the crack. Think that's going to be your saving grace. You better get used to this. Right? You better get used to your phone and be able to create that human connection with them, okay? So you got call, text, call. Super imperative for you, all right? So that's the first 3. Second is you want to hit them up 3 times over the first week. You want to hit them up 3 times over the first week. So it might be Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, however you want to do it. But for the first week, you want to hit them 3 times. All right. You want to make sure you set it on your calendar when you're going to call them, or what times you're going to call them for the first week 3 times. Then after that, if they still haven't answered, or they're thinking about it, praying about it, lighting the candle, talking to a spiritual advisor, but they haven't given you a yes, then you do this final one. You follow up 3 times a month. 3 times a month. All right? And until one of us dies. All right, I'm gonna keep. I still like Jenny. We had like 72 follow-ups on a guy. 18 months later, we made 27,000 off that deal. All right, so it literally 3 times a month, 72 touches over 18 months. I finally got a hold of him. I Devin got a hold of him multiple times. He talked. The guy was talking my ear off for an hour, but he won't sign the contract. He wouldn't agree. Pound, create those opportunities. But that's how you want to play. You want to create those opportunities, and you follow. If they have not said yes to you, and they haven't sent the contract back, I was talking to them about the weather. We're talking about the elections. We're talking about the water, the landscaping. I don't care what they want to talk about. We're going to keep talking until they tell me to go to hell or one of us dies. I'm going to keep following up. Okay, and that's how you literally beat these sellers into submission. Where they finally, it's like, man, you've been killing me. You've been killing me in kindness, right? And so that is going to be a key element in that 3x3 technique. So you're not just ran out. Let me call real quickly. No, you have a strategy. You have a process. First day, 3 times. Remember, call, text, call. Next, 3 times a week for that first week, and then just 3 times a month until one of you guys die. You put them in a CRM, put them on the calendar, and you keep following up. And then if you're done follow up, have your VA call follow up, have your new hire follow up. Mm-hmm. But the most important part is the touches, multiple touches on this game. This is a contact sport. So understand, make the contacts, right?
Yes. So that is key, guys. As you guys saw, so we do have a question. I think this is a good one. So who are we following up with? I think it was Eli. Who are we following up with people who are interested in selling or people who you've already made offers with? So this is really important. Now, one of the things that I focus on as an integrator, as an operations manager is, my job is literally to protect and to make sure that Elijah's time is being used as efficiently as possible. And so you don't want to call every lead 3 times, that would not always work out. The reason it works out in this niche is, number one, is if you have a phone number, an address of a fire damage lead, and you know that's whether you got their voicemail, that's the right lead, you want to talk to them, or you've talked to them once, but they're just not ready, that's when you would follow up weekly and then monthly if they're just kind of waiting on things. So as long as you have some communication, it's the right number, and they're selling because they got a fire, right? The house is on fire, they're not rebuilding, or they're thinking about rebuilding. Those are the people that you want to keep on your pipeline. You want to, either whether you have them in your dialers, so that way hey, this is a lead, you could just dial them that way, or if you have them in your Podio or CRM system.
Yeah, I'm glad you. That is a key distinction, Vic. So yes, you're not doing these with absentee owners, all right? You're not following like they may never want to sell, all right? So you're just wasting a lot of time. So what you do want to do, your high urgency, niche specific strategies. This works for. So probates, fire damage for sure. All right. Certain divorces. These are going to have a high urgency, meaning at some point they've got to do something. All right. So high urgency, niche specific. The 3x3 strategy works specifically for. It's not for just generic, regular absentee owners. You don't know if they ever want to sell. They may never answer. You don't want to be bogging down in your follow up your calendar. But the ones are quality ones. I'm telling you, I've closed so many deals that other wholesalers were talking to before me, because I was following up more than them. I got the deal, and while they had to go ahead and start dialing up and working up a new lead, we were able to close it. We were able to provide for our families. We were able to close more deals, and it's just more satisfying knowing that you're cultivating what you already have in your portfolio, the leads you already have. So that's what's going to be a really key piece here. Position yourself. So just recapping these real quickly for you guys before we wrap up here. First one, like I said, be the go-to relationship in your market. Second one, use the 3E techniques that we laid out for you. Remember, you're going to empathize, educate, and empower. Number 3, use the 3x3 rule. Niche specific, high urgency only, okay? And so if you guys, like I said, if this was valuable to you, if you guys got some good value out of this, if you're going to apply this, like I said, go ahead and remember, use the hashtag. Remember, Jenny gave you the hashtag for you guys. Make sure you guys use that hashtag so we can get you out that free training, get fire damage deals. Use that hashtag, get the free training. That's where we want to add value to everybody here. Like I said, if you guys got some good value, you guys got some good value today, throw the fire damage king and queen some fire emojis in the chat. Throw your boys some fire emojis. Let me feel the flame. Let me feel the flame, y'all. Flame up for your guy one time for your mind. Let me get those fire emojis one time. Let me get those fire emojis one time for you guys. All right. Once again, we want to be able to bring value to you guys. We like to leave. We never like to interact with people and not add value. We always want to leave you in a better position when we met you. For those who are interested in getting into the fire damage world, please make sure you go join the Facebook group, Fire Damage Profits. God, we give a lot of free content, a lot of knowledge out there.
Be on the lookout for masterclass that we did. We have a replay of a masterclass that's it kind of goes over acquisition, disposition. It goes over every step. Plus, you guys can get scripts and all of that. So we're going to be launching that soon. Be on the lookout for that. We also are working on some things on the back end. However, you guys, if you really need something, if you guys have fire damage deals, let us know in the Facebook group. Ask your questions. There's tons of fire damage specialists that are coming. Our students, they're hungry. They're willing to help you guys with your deals. So make sure you guys are being a part of the Facebook group.
Perfect. Like I said, is definitely a joy connecting with you guys. I got to holler at my guy Vic. We've been supposed to connect in here, so I got to go and hop off and do that. I know we're really passionate about this. Hope you feel the sincerity between the Fire Damage King and Queen here. We want to give you guys the value. We want to give you guys the knowledge, and we want to put you guys in a position to be able to close more deals in 2021. The market's going to shift, guys. Now that the election behind us, the market's going to shift, and when it's going to shift, this niche right here, I created this during the last recession, so I know it's recession proof. So give yourself a competitive advantage by starting now, gain the knowledge, start going after these deals now. And like I said, reach out to us if you want, like I said, PM us. If you want the masterclass, get fire damage deal. If you want the free training on top 5 ways to find fire damage deals in your market. And make sure you use these 3 secrets we gave you guys. I'm telling you, we start looking for them, you'll start finding you. And like what me and Jenny like to end it off with, each one reach one.
Each one. Glad you waited today.
And be a blessing to someone. Salute. Bye.